Spearheaded by Dr. Anton Rupert and with President Nelson Mandela and His Royal Highness Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands as co-founding patrons, Peace Parks Foundation was founded on the 1st of February 1997 to facilitate the creation of transfrontier conservation areas throughout Southern Africa.
If various countries across boundaries work together, that unites those countries, and the boundaries become something unimportant.
The concept of the region's peace parks is as glorious as it is audacious. Vast conservation areas that straddle national borders of sufficient extent to incorporate entire biomes, of sufficient integrity to restore the ancient patterns of diverse ecological communities, and of sufficient vision to reconnect the shared cultures of tribal peoples dislocated when colonial rulers arbitrarily imposed Africa's borders. At nearly 900,000 square kilometers, Southern Africa's peace parks today incorporate over half of the declared conservation estate in the region. This is larger than France and the United Kingdom combined. These parks are as astounding in their extent as in their natural magnificence, the immense richness of their biodiversity, and the importance of their cultural heritage. The peace parks of Southern Africa present a powerful vision of a shared ecological heritage and a mutually sustainable future. This is indeed an African dream to inspire a jaded world.
A few years ago, our minister signed an agreement saying that our countries will cooperate, will make a transfrontier conservation area, will allow that animals move back and forth, will also allow the tourists move back and forth, will do the joint tourism marketing. And this is what is happening. Wildlife that was protected in South Africa now is sent to Mozambique to be protected in this site, and this wildlife will roam around the whole area without knowing the boundary.
Gostaríamos de agradecer, portanto, todas as instituições que direta e indiretamente nos apoiaram nesta atividade e continuam a nos apoiar neste processo de desenvolvimento da Reserva Especial de Maputo.
Having those animals here is a pleasure to me. I need just to work hard so that those animals might be safe here also in the Maputo Special Reserve.
Sometimes you can't describe seeing sometimes. You don't find in the world lots of this anymore. It's untouched. We need to use this to show people. The moment they arrive to this place, they will feel it the same as we do.
Ponta do Ouro Cozy Bay It's the first marine transfrontier conservation area in Africa.
The Transfrontier Marine Park's a very exciting concept, particularly in the marine environment. All your populations of animals and fish, birds, reptiles are transfrontier. And now we've got a chance to actually protect them on both sides of the border.
Pontador Partial Marine Reserve is very important for turtles, mainly for two species that nest here, loggerheads and leatherbacks.
Loggerhead is endangered. At the moment, the leatherback is critically endangered. And the turtles in South Africa are the same turtles that nest in southern Mozambique.
We found that this is the only place where especially the leatherbacks lay the eggs.
We are now cooperating together to manage what is effectively the one population of turtles. If you draw a line through a country, you cut an ecosystem in half. So now by having transfrontier terrestrial and marine areas, we're actually managing ecosystems as a unit, the way they must be.
You can't do conservation if the local community is not part of it. The Transfrontier Conservation Area includes the people in it. The ownership of this project has to be communities. At the moment we've got 63 local monitors covering the entire coast.
The turtles are bringing in much more benefit and revenue to the communities here than they could ever possibly get by killing the turtles and eating the meat. It's absolutely critical that you get the communities on your side.
This empowerment of communities in a project like that actually is the vision of Peace Parks. To use conservation as a change agent. Ecotourism can play a very important role in this area. We should promote turtle guides, walks, not only to get the funds to keep the monitoring program alive, but actually to share with people.
I have yet to see a tourist who's been in a turtle tour successfully who's not been totally awestruck by the experience. These resources here belong to the world. Isimangaliso is a World Heritage Site. And we're also assisting people in southern Mozambique to try and get the same status for the land there. Southern Mozambique becoming a World Heritage Site will really be good in that it'll bring in mechanisms which will ensure that when development goes ahead, it can go ahead in an eco-friendly way.
This project is not about stop development. It's just, we're talking sustainable development. It's essential to protect this coastline. Only in 30 years' time, we're gonna have these etchings that we're trying to protect now to come back and nest on these same areas.
It's going to take 30 years for your initial protection to result in increased numbers. People say 1 to 2% of the turtles that actually hatch and go into the ocean grow to maturity. We have thousands of hatchlings each year successfully entering the water. But then as they enter the water, it's crystal clear, there's very little cover. There's predators, there's kingfishers, there's sharks, there's all sorts of things, there's birds, there's crabs. Most of them will be killed, but some do survive. And the good news is that in South Africa and southern Mozambique at the moment, we're actually making good progress towards protecting these animals. Numbers are increasing. This Transfrontier initiative gives us the opportunity to have an example now in Africa where two countries are cooperating together to mutually improve the management of fish resources is fantastic. It's a huge responsibility we've got to ensure that our children and our children's children can see this happening.
So I hope in the future that we can say that we made a difference